Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and today I want to show you guys 3 easy ways to use hole punches to decorate your junk journals. So if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. Okay, so let's get started here. So I got a 1-inch punch and a 2-inch. Those are the two I'm going to work with today. And I also have some, just a food box. This is a food box. And let's see, I have some collages that I've worked on. And I did this one with you guys a little bit ago. I will find that link and put it down below for you guys to show you how I did this mixed media collage. And the video I just did recently with you guys was this one, and we're going to be using this one today too. So I'm going to use these to do the hole punches out of, but you guys can use scrap paper or some kind of cardstock. More thicker paper would work better for these projects, but yeah, so that's what I got so far, and I always add more things in, so you never know. So the first thing I want to show you guys is a belly band, and that's where this food box comes in. But like I said, you can use cardstock, you can use anything, but I love to recycle just stuff I have on hand. So I'm just opening in it, and there's a spot right here. They always have it glued together, just like that. And you're just gonna undo it. And sometimes I use a lot of glue. There we go. There we go. Wow. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just this part right here for a belly band. So I will get that cut. And I just got my cutter and my ruler, and I will do that on a time lapse. I'm just going to get this part cut out. Okay, so I got it all cut out here, and I just have this shape just to do a belly band. Okay, so we got that, and then make sure to keep the ends here. These are great for tabs that you could put on junk journals, have little tabs and stuff, and you could do round corners or something on them. So keep those are nice. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is just grab some pretty papers, just whatever you got, pretty papers, and then I was gonna do a little gesso here. And this is just optional, but I just want to do a little bit of, so whatever paper you use, it doesn't really matter. It'll get covered up, mostly. So gesso, just some acrylic paints, just different kinds of acrylic paints throughout, and throw some blue in there. Okay. And let me get my paintbrush. And go ahead and get your paintbrush, and I'm going to go get some water. Okay, so water in a jar or whatever, and a napkin is always nice to do a little blotting, because I like to take my paintbrush and blot it off on the side. So I'm gonna move some stuff around here. So it's always nice to have extra little napkins around. Okay, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a glue stick. So let's just do a Scotch Create glue stick, or whatever you got. Yoo-hoo glue stick works great too. I just prefer a glue stick on this one, because if you use like the art glitter glue, it kind of will show up, like you can see the lines when you do it, unless you finger smush it. You could do that. And same with the Fabrifix glue. It's just make sure to finger, like smush it around, and then put the paper on, or it'll sit there and you could see the lines through it as you glued it on. All right, let's see what we got. I want kind of a lighter one here. So let's do that. Just to play around. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, and I don't even mind the cardboard showing on each side, because we can gesso it. So just however you guys want to do it. magazine here, just a glue magazine, because it's nice to have something to glue on here. So I'm just taking it, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. So I hope you guys are having a crafty day today and getting your hole punchers out and seeing what we can make with them. Okay. There we go. So there. I'm just going to go ahead and just glue that down. And now we'll just go ahead and start doing some decorating here. So like I said, I'm going to blot it a little bit because it kind of helps get a lot of the water so it's not so runny. But I'm just going to take brown, burnt umber. That's what it is. And I'm just kind of running my brush across it here. You don't need much. Just kind of run it along. You can even get your other napkin and kind of smush it around. So we're just kind of adding texture to it, is what we're doing. Just a little texture. And it builds up. So it's kind of fun to do. And this is just optional. If you guys want to, you know, do a little painting, a little mix of media thrown in there. Okay. So a touch of that. And then let's go ahead and do some yellow oxide. I'm just getting a touch of it on there. Just a little run through. There we go. You don't need much. Okay. And then just some ultramarine blue. Let's see if anything's going to come out. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've had these forever. My gosh, they last just forever. I think they were I'm sure they were my mom's when she went to art. She did some art college classes when I was younger. And these, I'm not kidding you, these last forever. Like, so you're going to get, if you're going to invest in something like that, they really do last. Okay, so I'm just kind of just, you know, putting a little texture throughout. Those were some fun years, though, because I remember going, I was probably, geez, early teens, maybe I was mid 15 or something. And I would go to her college classes with her. And I was able to just kind of just sit there and, like, if she went on the weekends and stuff. It was fun. It was kind of neat just to go and learn some different things, you know. Okay. So, yeah. Weird to think about way back when. Okay. So now we're going to do that. And then let's go ahead and do some gesso on top here. And it's just basic acrylic gesso. And it's getting a little bit on my finger. And you can go the other way. You don't have to go one way here. Oh, I noticed I was going one way, but you can go either way. And like I said, this is just going to be, we're going to have some stuff covering everything. So it's kind of a background. Like the middle part will show. Wow. Wow. Don't need that much. Let's get in this cardboard part down here. Okay. There. I don't get too nuts around here. Don't want to get too crazy. Get what's off my finger. That's what we got so far. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my heat gun real quick just to dry this off, just to get a quick dry. Okay, so we got the front done and it's all dry. Well, we got it all painted at least. And we don't have to worry about the back because it's gonna be a belly band. So it'll glue down. So we don't have to worry about that. Put those papers away. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we don't need the paints. I think we're done with that. But you never know. Keep them close. You never know. Okay, now let's go ahead and take some material. This is what I did. You don't, like I said, this is all suggestive. You don't have to have material. You can do paper and do a cool paper ruffle. It's the same concept that I'm going to do with the fabric. And you can do the same thing with paper. Okay? But I have this belly band in mind for a journal that I will be working on. So, let's see, I think I could just go that way with it, yeah, for sure. And I'm just gonna do a little snip and a little rip. Oh, see, I wanted to show you guys that too, but depending on the weave of the fabric, there's certain ways you can rip it. And this way you can't rip it. So, what you do is just go ahead and do the long part here. And let's try this again. We'll do a little snip. And it should be way easier. Yeah, there you go. And I will be using this throughout, so my other journal, so I might as well rip enough. So that's a little tip and trick there, is the weave, depending on how it's weaved together, is depending on how it's gonna rip. So if you are cutting it one way and it won't rip and you're like, oh, this just isn't gonna work, cut it the other way. You know, like just flip the material around and cut it the other way. And guaranteed it will rip. It's just depending on the weave. Okay, so now I'm just going ahead and I'm fraying it. And I keep all these threads, and you will see why. We will be using them for sure on this belly band. So this is just more things you get to play with that's, you know, cheap and inexpensive and gives it texture and character, which we all love. Okay. So just fray it as much as you want. And I'm taking my Fabrifix glue, and I just have it in a sweet sugar barrel icing container, little bottle, and just a bead of glue all the way down it on one side. Okay. And then, like I said, you could do this with paper too. So you just lay it, and I want it off of it just a little here. And then you pinch it. You just pinch it and press it down. And it makes a ruffle. And if you don't like what you did, they just pull it. Because Fabrifix takes a second to dry, so you got time to work with it. Like that. And you just pinch it and press it like that. So it's a little crooked. So like I said, you have a little time to work with it here. So you can line it where you want it. And there you go. And just go ahead and cut the end. And voila. So we got that far so far. All right, so our beautiful ruffle is added. And now what we're gonna do is just take our, now like I said, you can take your scrap paper, anything kind of thicker, I think will work better with this. just scrap paper. This was done on a piece of book page, but it was like a thicker book page. And then I did just a bunch of glued down all kinds of stuff on here and just did a fun little collage. So it's a little bit thicker. And now what I want to do is find my 1-inch punch, and I'm going to go through and just kind of, here, let me go this way. Just go through and find where I want to punch it out and just do some punching. Maybe what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 or so, probably. And keep these circles, especially if you do it on cardstock or anything, because these are great to use in your mixed media. Like you can lay it down and do your dauber and make cool little like circles. I don't know if you can see that good, but just, you know, you could do cool little stenciling and stuff throughout. And paint, you can even take your paint and do cool circles, and so they just make great stencils. So make sure to keep your punch outs because they're really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this in time lapse and just punch out the colors that I want. I kind of want to stick with the little blues here and see what I can get. All right, so I went ahead and punched out 10 of them here. And it depends on how long your belly band is too. So let's see. What we're gonna do is just glue them all along the side here. So I'm just gonna take it and just kind of have them hang off a little. Just like that. And then do the next one. Like that. And the next one. And so on and so forth. So just kind of stack them on top of each other just like that. And I'm going to keep doing it. Okay. So I got them all glued down, and then also, this is optional, is I did some sewing here. I did some straight stitch, just zigzagging around, and zigzags, just zigzagging down. So, like I said, that's just optional, and you could do this with paper. Same thing, you can do a stitch over here, over the top of it, and there we go. And I like to keep the threads long, because I think it looks cute. It's kind of fun. So that's as far as we've gotten so far. And now what we get to do is go ahead and punch. Let's do some more punching here. And I also had this one that I worked on too. And I really like the cheesecloth. I glued down the cheesecloth, and I have that in the video that I'll put on for you guys. But I want to clip some of that for the middle of what we're going to do here. So it doesn't matter, like I said, scrapbook, anything you want to use. And to show you guys, if you want to get closer to something, just go ahead and snip off what you already did here. Let's do this. Okay, and then I can get closer to what I want. So right here. So just go ahead and clip, let's maybe 5, 6 more. So I got that one, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do to it. Okay, so I went ahead and punched out some here, and we're gonna cut them in half. Just like that. So I want that to be my center. So keep one round, and then just cut a bunch in half, and you'll see what I'm doing here. Okay. And let's see, I think that should be perfect. So what we're gonna do is make a flower with it. Okay. So the number one is to do the number one for punching out to decorate with punches is to decorate a belly band here. And we did that. And then number two I want to show you guys is you can make a flower with it. So let's do that. And what we got here is we're going to move this onto the side. And let's see. I did it over here to the other side, and I'm just going to look at it. So I went like this. And then I took my thread that we had from the material, all this thread, and then the thread from when I did the sewing. So I threw some black in there. And we're just going to kind of make a nest. And there's nothing too crazy here. You just kind of ball it up. And then we're going to set this right on top of it. Okay, and we're going to take our glue. Do our gluing here. And there we go. Okay. Then we're going to take these and make them petals. So we're just going to take them. I'm just going to find the circle and I'm just going to put glue all around here. Just ooey, gooey, gluey. Okay. And I'm just going to glue it around. Just set my petals up. And I'm doing them so they face out. So this is the back of the petals is what you're seeing. Just make sure when you're doing it, and you can always flip it and look at it and see how you want them, and you can bring them out more like that. You can have as many petals as you want or as little petals as you want. And I'm just facing them all the same way. Like just a half crescent moon here. And I'm facing them all like a pinwheel. Just like that. And just keep turning it and see where you want them. And that's why I think it's fun to do a collage, because it just kind of like, you know, to do your circle punches with the collage, it's just kind of fun just to see all the different textures and all the fun little stuff there. Okay. Oh, I did this one the wrong way. You can bring out, oh no, I did it the right way. There we go. I'm just going to bring them out as far as I want them. So you can see them. And you can use less thread in the middle too. Or no thread at all. It's up to you. And I just think it gives it just another little texture there. And I think we could fit one more petal in there. So let's see. And then just maneuver it around however you want them. All right. So I think that looks pretty good. My fingers keep sticking to the back of it. That's a fun little flower. And then you're going to take it, and you can put it anywhere you want on your belly band. And I'm going to go ahead and just stick mine up here in the corner. Like that. So I'm just putting my glue down. Just do a good amount of glue. I'm using the Fabrifix for all this. And voila. You got yourself a little flower. And there we go. And then all you'd have to do is just put a little glue at the top and at the bottom, and then you can stick it in your journal wherever you want. And you got a nice little belly band. Okay, yeah, so that was 1 and 2. So this is 1 to do with your hole punches, and there's number 2 is to do a little flower. And then the number 3 I wanted to show you guys is just a really cool tag. So we're gonna use our 2 punch. Well, we got this one. We can do something off here. I don't know if I... Let's see. Oh, we got the birds. Let's do that. Some collaging. There we go, we found something. Okay, wow. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna find something. No, we'll just do pretty paper on the back. Let's do that, because we don't want to make it too thick. So you got yourselves a round, and I think it was a stovetop box I used. So you just cut out your 2-inch on whatever pretty paper you wanted to use for the front of it. And then I'm just going to grab a piece of paper here. Let's do music. I'll do music paper. I think I have scrap paper though. Let's see. I like to use up my scraps. Here, let's do this. And then we could do a fun just collage on the back of it. So how do I want it? Do it like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue down with my glue stick here. So I do need my glue book. And just spread your glue out on the back of it. Okay. You can do a little overlap just to get the rose on here because it's pretty. There. I'm just going to cut it around. Okay. There we go. And also a fun thing to do, you can, if you don't like the way you cut it out, because this is thicker, you could take your sanding block here. Because the circle was not working for me. It kind of jiggity. So just go ahead and sand around a little, and that gets just the everything smoothed out. A little tip and trick for you. Okay. And another thing we can do is go ahead and get our walnut stain. Do a little inking. Just gives it a nice frame. Okay. So there we go. We got that far. Now, I don't know why I don't have it, but I need my crocodile. I'll show you. It's just a, I thought it said it on there. I guess it doesn't. But it's a crocodile. And it's an eyelet setter and a hole punchers. And we're going to put a little eyelet at the top. For some reason, I'm in a blue kind of day. I'm going to do blue. Because I have a journal in mind. I want to do yellow and blue as my colors. So let's see. How is he sitting? So the twig's right here. So I want it up like this. And it's got a 1/8 hole punch right there. And a 3/16 hole punch. And I'm going to do the bigger one here. A 3/16. Oh, don't flip it around. So I want it like this. That's going to be the top. Okay. And for some reason my eyelets are too big. The ones I ordered. So I have to make my hole a little bit bigger. And I don't know why I ordered the 3/16. But they're a tiny bit too big. So you just stick it through. And then eyelet setter is, you got the pokey part right here. And that goes through the top. And the flat disc goes on the bottom. Just like that. And then you press. And voila. There we go. So we got ourselves a little, and you could have put just regular like avocado dyed or onion dyed or tea dyed paper or something on the back, and it could be a little journaling card too. But I'm just making a little tag with some bee fabric to tie it off. So let's see here. I just fold it in half. Stick it through like that. Make a hole. Pop it through. And then pull. And then cut this to any size you want. And there we go. Got a fun little tag. So that's number 3. And you can even take it and grunge it up a little. We like grunge. And before we put the eyelet and stuff in, if you wanted to, you could have done some just zigzag sewing around it, or some just, you know, interest sewing on it. So you can always do that. But I think we got it, everything done here. Let's see. Let's see what we made. Oh, I put it over here. I don't know what I do with things. So there we go. So what we did is 3 ways, just 3 easy, pretty easy ways to use the circle punches and to decorate your junk journals with. So we did the one way is you can decorate the side of your belly band with it. And the second way is to do a little flower with them. And the third way is to do a little tag. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And if you did like it, please hit the like button. It helps me out so much. And make sure to comment down below. I would love to hear which way is your most favorite way that you like that we did today. And keep on crafting, guys.